dream it all. Listen close and join my song. Gentle stories all night long. Snuggle in and rest your head. Magic dreams will now be spread. Close your eyes so calm and bright. Now begins our dream. Our dream tonight.
Lulu and the Starweaver's Loom. The night was clear, and the sky seemed brighter than ever, filled with stars that shimmered like tiny lanterns. Lulu wandered through a meadow at the edge of the forest when she noticed something strange, a faint golden thread lying across the grass, glowing as if it had fallen from the heavens. Curious, she followed the thread as it wound between flowers and over stones, leading her toward a glimmer in the distance. At the top of a small hill stood an archway woven from silver branches. Beyond it shimmered a workshop that seemed made of starlight itself. Inside was a vast loom, its frame carved from moonstone, its strings glowing with colors Lulu had never seen before. Some threads sparkled, some pulsed, others trembled as though afraid. The loom was working, but unevenly, and many of the dream threads lay tangled or broken. A gentle flutter of wings drew Lulu's gaze upward. Ansel, a silvery night moth, drifted down, his wings patterned with faint star maps. He bowed politely. "Welcome, Lulu. I am the Starweaver's archivist. I keep the threads of dreams safe. But tonight many are tangled. Without help, some children's dreams may vanish before they can shine." From the shadows padded Cory, a snow-white hare with calm, steady eyes. He exhaled softly, and the threads closest to him quivered, knots loosening slightly. "I can hear the tones each dream carries," he explained. "When I breathe gently, the knots begin to unravel, but the loom is too burdened for me alone." Lulu stepped closer, her wool catching the glow of the loom. She felt her heart tug at the tangled threads. "Then let's mend it together," she said. "If we weave carefully, we can restore the stars to their song." The loom gave a faint hum, as if acknowledging her promise. The night around them grew still, waiting for their first touch. Lulu stepped closer to the loom, its glowing strings humming faintly like the breath of sleeping children. Some threads shone clear and bright, weaving smoothly into the starry fabric above, but many others were knotted or frayed, their light sputtering like a candle in the wind. She touched one gently with her hoof, and it quivered as though afraid to break. Ansel fluttered to her side, the silver dust on his wings glimmering as he leaned closer. "Each thread belongs to a dream," he explained in a hushed tone. "Some are simple, gentle sleep, a safe meadow, a soft lullaby. Others are more delicate, courage for a frightened heart, hope for tomorrow, or the memory of being loved." He brushed one dim thread with his antennae, and a faint image shimmered, a child reaching for a toy that was just out of sight. The thread flickered sadly. Cory padded closer, ears twitching as he listened. "This one hums in half tones," he murmured. laying his paw against another knotted thread. It is a dream of flying, but the knot traps it close to the ground. Listen. He breathed softly, and a low hum rose from the string, like a sigh longing to be freed. Slowly, the knot loosened, and the thread straightened with relief. Lulu felt her wool prickle with determination. She carefully pressed her cheek against one of the frayed threads and began to hum a soft note. It wasn't loud, but it was warm, and as the note lingered, the trembling thread began to glow more steadily. The three friends exchanged smiles. The first strand had been healed. But as Lulu looked further into the loom, she saw an entire cluster of tangled threads, a mass of broken colors twisting tightly together. The sight made her chest ache. "So many are trapped," she whispered. Ansel's wings drooped. If those knots are not freed, the patterns above will weaken, stars will dim, and children's nights will become heavy with silence. Corey straightened, his eyes calm but firm. "Then we must untangle them before dawn. If we work together, my breath, Ansel's memory, and Lulu's song, we may yet restore the loom's harmony." The loom gave another hum, louder this time, as if urging them forward. Above their heads, the stars flickered faintly, waiting for the melody of dreams to be repaired. The tangled cluster loomed before them like a knot in the sky itself. Strands of gold, silver, and pale blue all wound too tightly to move. Some flickered faintly, others hung limp and dull. Lulu felt a pang in her chest, as if the sorrow of these trapped dreams was pressing against her wool. Ansel fluttered closer, his wings casting a shimmer across the threads. Tiny fragments of memories appeared within them, half-formed lullabies, children's laughter fading mid-breath, shadows of wishes never spoken. "These are forgotten dreams," Ansel said quietly. "Dreams that were set aside, unfinished, or left without a home." His voice trembled with sadness. Corey placed a paw on the cluster, tilting his head as his long ears quivered. "I can still hear them," he whispered. "Each thread has a tone, faint but alive. They are not lost, only waiting." He drew in a long, calm breath and exhaled slowly, his breath flowing like wind over reeds. The threads shivered, loosening slightly. Lulu stepped forward, her eyes wide with care. She remembered how in the valley she had sung softly to restore the song of the land. Closing her eyes now, she let her voice rise again, not loud, but steady, carrying kindness. Her notes slipped between the threads, weaving through them gently, coaxing them apart. The mass of knots trembled, and a thin strand of light unwound itself. In that moment, a picture flickered across the loom, a child holding a lantern while walking through a dream forest, the way lit by hope. The three friends gasped softly, hearts lifting. Encouraged, Ansel brushed his wings against another knot, releasing a swirl of silver dust. "Remember," he whispered, and the thread responded, glowing brighter as if it had indeed remembered. Corey's drumbeat paw pressed rhythm into the cluster, dum, 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 and more knots loosened, unraveling their sorrow. Lulu's song grew steadier, guiding the strands back into the loom's weave. Slowly, The mass of tangled threads grew smaller, replaced by streams of light flowing smoothly upward into the night sky. Above them, stars flickered to life, forming new constellations in shapes Lulu thought looked like hearts, lanterns, and wings. But deeper within the loom, Lulu saw one final thread blackened and twisted, resisting every touch. It pulsed faintly, as if in pain. Ansel's wings drooped. That one carries a child's fear. If it cannot be soothed, the dream may collapse entirely. Lulu stepped closer, her wool bristling with courage. Then we cannot leave it behind. No dream should fade into darkness. The single blackened thread quivered in the loom like a thorn among blossoms. Its glow was faint, pulsing unevenly, as though weighed down by shadows. Lulu felt her breath catch in her throat. "It's hurting," she whispered. Ansel fluttered closer, his wings brushing softly against the dark fiber. A memory shimmered faintly within it, a small child sitting alone, afraid of the dark, clutching a blanket but unable to sleep. "This thread holds a fear," Ansel explained, his voice hushed. "And fears cling tightly. They twist dreams until the child wakes before peace can come." Corey placed his paws gently on the strand. He closed his eyes, listening as though the thread were speaking to him. "Its tone is heavy," he murmured. "A low, trembling note, but I can still hear a softer one underneath, waiting to rise." He inhaled deeply, then exhaled a calm, warm breath across the thread. It shivered, but the knot did not loosen. Lulu stepped forward, her heart pounding with both worry and determination. Maybe it needs more than rhythm or breath. Maybe it needs kindness. She pressed her cheek gently against the thread and began to hum, her notes steady and warm. At first, nothing happened. The darkness clung stubbornly, resisting her song. But Lulu did not stop. She remembered her own nights of unease, when the meadow seemed too wide and shadows felt too tall. She remembered how her mother's voice had wrapped her like a blanket. She poured that memory into her hum. Slowly, the dark thread began to change. Its harsh trembling softened, its twisted shape uncoiling bit by bit. A faint glow spread through it, not bright at first, but like a coal beginning to burn with hidden fire. Ansel added his wings, scattering silver dust that caught the dim light. "Remember joy," he whispered, and tiny images bloomed within the thread: laughter, warmth, the comfort of being held. Corey breathed again, softer this time, carrying the note higher. "Let go," he murmured. And at last, the thread released its knot. It straightened, glowing pale blue, then wove itself gently back into the loom. Above them, the stars shimmered brighter, and a new constellation appeared, shaped like a lantern with wings, glowing steadily against the sky. Lulu's will quivered as relief washed over her. The fear has been soothed. The child will rest. The loom's hum grew deeper, stronger, filled with harmony. Threads glowed smooth and unbroken, weaving into patterns that filled the heavens. Yet Lulu sensed one more step remained. The loom was alive again, but it needed a song to bind all its threads together. She looked at Ansel and Corey. Shall we finish it with rhythm, memory, and song? Both friends nodded, their eyes shining with quiet resolve. The loom towered above them, its glowing threads stretching far into the night sky, weaving a tapestry of light across the heavens. Yet though the knots were gone and the strands shone clear, the weaving lacked one final breath of harmony. It was waiting, listening. Ansel hovered close, his wings trembling with anticipation. The loom needs a song, he whispered, a melody to unite the threads so they may shine as one. Tiny sparks of silver dust drifted from him, settling softly on the glowing strings. Corey sat tall, his snowy fur gleaming in the starlight. He tapped his paws against the floor, steady and calm. Dum, 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 dum. The rhythm echoed like a heartbeat, anchoring the threads so they did not scatter. His ears twitched, guiding the beat so each pulse matched the quiet hum within the loom. Lulu stepped into the center, where the threads gathered like a halo. She felt their warmth brush her wool, each strand carrying a fragment of a dream, laughter, hope, love, comfort. She closed her eyes and let her breath steady with Corey's rhythm. Then she began to sing. Her voice was not grand, but it was steady, weaving through the air like a gentle ribbon. She sang of safe places, of open skies, of hearts unafraid. She sang the tenderness she carried, wrapping it around each glowing strand. Her song was the thread that bound them together. The loom shivered, then thrummed with new life. The threads rose in unison, weaving themselves into the sky. Stars blazed brighter, constellations shifting until they formed new shapes, an owl in flight, a lantern glowing, a sheep standing proudly with friends by her side. The heavens themselves were singing, each star a note in the great lullaby. Ansel folded his wings, his voice hushed with awe. You've restored the Starweaver's work, Lulu. Dreams will flow unbroken again. Corey's eyes softened as he stopped his beat, though the rhythm still echoed in the air. Because you gave them your kindness and wove them into harmony. Lulu smiled sleepily, her wool shimmering with starlight. She lay down on the soft floor beneath the loom, feeling the gentle hum of the threads above her. The night was no longer silent, it breathed with song, carrying peace to every sleeping child beneath the stars. As her eyelids grew heavy, Lulu whispered, every dream deserves to shine. And with the tapestry glowing overhead, she drifted into her own dream, knowing that the sky would keep watch with its endless lullaby.
Now it's quiet, night is near. Drift away through stars so clear. Lulu whispers soft and bright. Sleep so well and good night. Sweetest dreams will softly flow. Lulu stays with you, you know, till we meet again, my dear. Let your dreams keep drawing dreams keep trying.